Good morning, everyone. It's 6 a.m. in the morning, and today I'm going to take you on a road trip to buy a new dashboard for my W123. The whole panel in the front there, because they usually have cracks. This one should not have cracks, at least the dealer said so, and we're going to find out together. Let's have some fun. 400 kilometers to go.
Now here comes the story. The engine that I currently overhaul on YouTube is for a car, obviously. It's for my Mercedes-Benz Series W123 a 200 diesel. And I bought this car at the age of 18. So the car was 18 and I was 18 too. That is more than 20 years ago. And as I rolled up to the house of my parents, the first thought of my mother was, this car is not going to last very long. It was a mess. It had a huge hole in it, a huge hole underneath the car where you could reach out with your hand into the trunk. So it was really ridiculous. But I bought this car together with my father. It was a lovely summer day, and I drove it home with the rooftop open, and I remember the smell of the car. I remember the sound of the diesel engine. It was beautiful. I loved the shape of the car. I even loved the color. And I still remember exactly the point where I made the decision on the road back home. When I drive by this point today, I still remember that I made the decision there. And the decision is as follows. I'll keep the car for the rest of my life. And so I did, by now. As I said, 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. And now that the engine project comes to an end, I mean, I hope to get the engine running within the next few months, be prepared for some crazy videos. I need to look further, and the next step is to bring the car to my home. I have to build a garage for it. It now sits at a secret place. I'm not going to tell you where it is at the moment, but I'm going to tell you, and then it's not secret anymore. But I have to look further. I have to get spare parts for the car, and today is the day where I buy the very first spare part for the car, and I'm going to take you with me on this road trip. You know, one of the many weak points of the W123 is the panel, where the dashboard sits in, and the glove case and the ventilations. It gets cracks by the ultraviolet light and by the heat of the sun, and most of the panels are cracked. But I managed to find one on eBay, and the seller says it has no cracks. So let's take a look at it. Still 1.5 hours to drive, and then hopefully he lets me film inside his workshop. We'll see together. Well, okay, I don't think that is where I want to go. No spare parts for W123s here. Well, I think I found it. Seems like a junkyard. Lots and lots of parts. Well, let's see what we can find. Wow, Rücksitzbänke, nee, Vordersitze. Rücksitzbänke. Eigentlich nicht, nee. So this was really a fantastic visit at this place. Ibrahim allowed me to film a little bit on his property, and I asked him if he wanted to be on the video so that he can say who he is and what he's doing here and for how long, but he refused. He said, no, I don't know what YouTube is. Please don't be angry with me, but I don't want to do this. And that's okay. But Ibrahim is approximately something about 60 to 70 years old, a really nice guy, dealing with Mercedes parts for over 30 years now. And it's really, he's got everything. He's got axles, he got seats, he got instrument panels, he got doors, everything from nearly every kind of Mercedes you can imagine, from Dash 8 to modern Mercedes. It's really a good place to be, and you can find really everything here. It's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back home in the workshop, and the panel is here. Let's take a closer look. As you can see, there are really absolutely no cracks at all. I only found one little one, which is over here, but it's insignificant. And the rest of the condition is really beautiful, as you can see. And I already have the dashboard of my mean green fight machine inside of it. Well, it needs to be refurbished, right? But yeah. Let's take a look inside. My boys played with it. Now we got it. And there's a manual inside of it, and I thought, hey, great, a 200D manual, but it's a 200D/8 manual, which is also quite awesome. But yeah, the dashboard looks pretty different. Well, that's the story. And maybe you want to take a look at where my engine's habitat is right at the moment and where we are. I got one thing for you. Wait a second. Just working on the air filter housing. Looks good. And by the way, I bought this steering wheel, which is also in an absolutely great condition. Pretty cool. So the oil pans are ready for painting. You see the new pistons, and underneath this one are the connecting rods. Here we have the crankshaft bearings, need new bearing shells. Hydraulic pump needs to be refurbished. Thermostat housing also needs a bit of refurbishment. And yeah, all the other parts are there. We have the oil filter housing, which is already refurbished. Also got a new oil filter, new oil filter seals. I'm gonna need a new starter motor because I have been overhauling this, I think 3 times now, and I'm sick of it. I'm gonna buy a new one. And it's exactly the same with the generator. I've overhauled the generator 2 or 3 times now. And well, I think it's time for a new one. So that's it for today. See you soon with new engine adventures. Have a good one.